and Tony Williams. Talking about teams, we had some tag team action involving Jeff Jarrett, Double J, and Jerry Lawler, who finally got some miscommunication worked out and got together as a tag team to go against the Dream Machine and Eddie Gilbert. Watch this video right here and pay particular attention to Scott Bowden, the referee. What happened at the end? Watch.
Oh, and there, Lawler setting up hot stuff. Eddie Gilbert. Double J comes over. As Lawler picks him up. Paul drives Eddie Gilbert. Woo! What a body tonight in this super cross match. 10 minutes gone now in this bout. 10 minutes past in this bout. 10 minutes past. Here comes referee Scott Bowden in. Hey! What is Scott doing? The referee kicked Lawler. 1, 2, 3. What in the world is going on here tonight? Memphis mayhem continues in the Mid-South Coliseum as the referee Scott Bowden stumps on Lawler and counts to 1, 2, 3. Gilbert and the Dream Machine to get the win. What in the world is Scott Bowden doing? Hey, come on, Scott! Referee Scott Bowden out here. He's telling Frank Morrell a entirely different story. What in the world has gotten into Scott Bowden? All I can say is I'm sorry for you, Scott. He'll pay for that. And the fans are telling Lawler what Bowden did in that. Lawler didn't know what happened, I don't believe. He may have thought it was a Dream Machine that stopped and kicked him off. And Double J and the King trying to find out from the fans what's going on. And the fans there are telling them that it was Scott who did it. Scott Bowden, one of the USWA referees. And Lawler and Jarrett calling up referee Scott Bowden. Scott trying to, he's arguing, telling Lawler what happened in that, which is certainly not true. What got in the Bowden? I do not know. And Lawler and Jarrett in the face of the referee, Scott Bowden. And Bowden steps in there. Oh, boy, that could be a mistake for Scott. He had a hope that the King and Double J will be very, very kind to him, but I don't believe it'll happen. Bowden did cost him this match. In 10:06, it was Bowden who stopped on Lawler's shoulder, knocked the King off, and Gilbert got the pin. Whoa! Bowden shoves Lawler, takes off. Referee Scott Bowden.
Boy, I tell you one thing, that young man has got a lot to learn right here and now. Gets up in there and pulls something like that, I just can't. I wish I knew the explanation for exactly what he was telling Frank Morrell and all that. We saw it right there. Absolutely knew exactly what he was talking about. No, we don't. We're going to find out, though, Dave. See if we can get him out here, because there's got to be some. Here he comes right now. Yeah. You had a lot of conversation with Frank Morrell out there. We want to know what in the world was that all about. Where is it your place to come out here, kick the King in the head, and do all of that?
Hey, let me tell you something, Lance Russell. I was through refereeing for the night, and I looked up. What the tape didn't show, Jeff Jarrett purposely drop-kicked Frank Morrell, and Frank, you know, he's the only living person that's actually older than Eddie Marlin, has a heart attack right in the middle of the ring, and I run out there to save Frank's life, to give him CPR, and on my referee instincts, okay, I drop down to count. And at that moment, I'd also seen Lawler pile drive Eddie Gilbert. You forget about that. That was on the tape. At that moment, all the months and months of Jerry Lawler's flagrant disregard for the rules, the flagrant disregard for authority, he has pushed me around, he has shoved me. I tell you what, Lance Russell, I just wasn't going to stand for it anymore. I couldn't take it. I was disgusted. and so I stomped him like the cockroach that he is. Let me tell you that.
You took it upon yourself to do it. Jerry Lawler has Eddie Gilbert down. You, as a referee, step in there, take it upon yourself, kick him and cause a loss of the match in there, count him out. Now, where do you get off doing something like that?
Oh, boy, this is surprising that you're taking Lawler's side. Well, when you left in '89, it wasn't to go to Atlanta. It was to run the Jerry Lawler fan club full time.
Right.
Everybody knows that.
Start with that smart stuff in
You
here.
should be. I stood up to Jerry Lawler, and he couldn't stand it. Did you see him? He was like all bug-eyed. He was so shocked that a referee actually fought back. Well, let me tell you something, Lawler. It's going to happen again if you come out and mess with me again.
Well, it isn't going to happen with you because I wish you would listen to this little announcement. Eddie Marlin couldn't be here today, but he told me what he wanted to pass on to Scott Bowden. If you're listening, Eddie Marlin says you are suspended. Your job is out. You're suspended. Oh, you stand here and say for what?
That's the Jerry Lawler?
What? Because you kicked him in the head. You took a place that no referee has
Don't do
any.
that. This is a perfect example.
You're suspended.
No, hey, let me tell you, this is a perfect example of how Lawler's got the promotion in his back pocket. You understand me? What did I do?
Let me tell you one thing, young man.
Did Lawler pile drive him?
You bet. Listen, that doesn't have anything to do with it. But suspension is... Yeah, you never missed anything. He's suspended, and that's all there is to it. And you better learn one thing right now. In this life, you have to take the responsibility for your acts.
Okay, Dad.
I cannot believe I have stood back here and heard you actually say that Eddie Marlin told you to suspend this
That's
young
correct.
man after he did what we've taught all of our young people to do. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. After all those years, Jerry Calhoun referee in here let Lawler get by with murder. Then Frank Morrell, Paul Neighbors, the list goes on and on and on. And when somebody fights back, you suspend them. This man will have to stand on the street corner now with a sign saying, I'll referee for money. See, he doesn't have a job. You suspended him now. He has no job. This poor...
Whatever brought you to the position where you would kick a wrestler?
I don't know. Well, I tell you what, buddy. You've got a friend in me, and I'll find you something to do.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
Eddie Gilbert's my best friend now. You understand that? Let me tell you something, Jerry Lawler. You hadn't heard the last of me. When you least expect it, Lawler, okay? Eddie Gilbert's my best friend.
You haven't learned anything if Eddie Gilbert is your best friend, because I'll tell you, people judge you by the folks you hang out with.